looks like we might finally get a look at Samsung's version of the Apple Vision Pro or something to that effect. So there's a lot of rumor and speculation about this. So if you don't like that stuff, go watch some cartoons right now or something else. But I want to talk about it because, well, as somebody who spent a crap ton of money on this thing, call me crazy, I'm actually a little interested in what Samsung may have to offer because I think it might be a little bit more realistic. I think it might have maybe some better integration, at least in the phone world, and probably the price will be significantly cheaper. So from what I'm seeing, I think it's going to be more of like a glasses type of thing, not so much a big heavy visor. I saw one article I was reading that said that they're reported to maybe be about 50 grams as far as weight goes. And my guess is it'll probably have an external battery source. I don't think we're getting away from that anytime soon. But the things that really killed the Apple Vision Pro, and I saw an article the other day talking about how Apple looks like they've ended production. They're not going to make anymore, which doesn't surprise me because I don't think they sold too well beyond the initial push, and they cost basically $4,000. So if Samsung can make something a little bit more applicable, we've got all these different XR glasses floating around out there from InReal and all these other, well, I think they changed their name to XReal, TCL, Next Vision. There's a lot of different ones, and I've covered some of them, and they're fantastic. They do really good things for like $300-400. So if Samsung can do something that has some really good integration with Android, with the App Store, with some of the stuff for multimedia, they can make it lightweight, lasts a long time, easy to carry around, and affordable. That might be a nice stopgap where it doesn't turn into a giant, tremendous flop like this $4,000 paperweight. And I mean, these are remarkable. I don't think that I've said bad things about the actual product itself. Like whenever you're using it, it's so immersive. It's cool to watch videos on. It's just limited in scope. It still feels like a tremendous beta product. It's not integrated to the ecosphere very well, other than the computers. And yeah, it just feels like we're going to make this so our Apple fans can spend $4,000 on it. And I do applaud them for pushing the envelope because for us to get somewhere where this is affordable, it's smaller, it's lightweight, somebody's got to foot the bill. And I do appreciate Apple footing the bill because, yes, $4,000 out the door after taxes, but maybe the next one's $3,000. Then maybe the next one after that's $2,000. And we joke about it and we talk about it in the context of something like this as being a failure maybe. But even failures can have successes. And if it drives the market, if it shows us where we are, where we need to be and where we're going, and it can build on the successes that it has and make it more affordable, make it more lightweight, make it more integrated, make it more supported, then the next one will be more successful. And I mean, it wasn't until really the Apple Watch 3 that it felt worthwhile to me. So Apple Vision Pro 1, maybe not for everybody. Maybe not even the 2, but maybe by the time we get to the 3 or the 4, maybe they'll be onto something. So I think maybe what Samsung might be doing here is going at it from a more advanced level of some of the lower, like the glasses perspective or a small visor perspective, as opposed to this big whole contraption that costs way too much, is too heavy, on all the other things I talked about. So we know the Samsung Unpacked Event's coming up probably a couple weeks from now, and it's reported that we might get a glimpse of them, get a glimpse of the glasses, pun intended. And it probably will not launch then. And this is not something that we're a stranger to. I believe whenever we had the S24 launch this last year, I think they teased the Ring, but it didn't come out until the fall, whenever we, of course, got the foldables. So it wouldn't surprise me if Samsung kind of wants to stretch out the excitement, the enthusiasm, kind of see where people are at, show it off at the Samsung Unpacked event, and then maybe push it out late spring, early summer. I mean, that would be really cool, and I would love to get my hands on something like this because I do like the XR stuff, I do like the augmented reality, and I like being able to wear something nice and lightweight that has great multimedia stuff. That's why I like those glasses. I used them on the planes before, and it's really enjoyable to sit there and have like this big 200-inch screen TV basically in front of your face just by wearing some shades. Give you some privacy, all that good stuff, lower the brightness, have a nice visor on, and get to enjoy your videos, right? So I think a lot of people, they're great on here. Like watching videos on this sucker is absolutely amazing. It's an experience. And that's something that I applaud them for. They did a great job with that. But for me, it's mostly like a $4,000 movie watcher. And I'd rather just kind of watch it on my TV than have this sucker on my head. It's a little too cumbersome, a little too heavy for me. But anyway, focusing more on Samsung, I think there's lessons learned here. I think they were going to push it out earlier, honestly. And then I think they saw the reception and what happened with the Vision Pro. And they're like, you know what, maybe we're going to dial this back a little bit and maybe change it up. But that's just me. I think that's something I remember thinking before. But yes, exciting times. S25 series phones coming. Even reportedly the Galaxy Ring 2. And I just talked about this the other day, how I thought it was too soon. Well, if they're just going to show it off and maybe come out with it a few months later with an upgraded version, I would love to get an upgraded version. I really enjoyed the Galaxy Ring, but I found the biometrics a little too inconsistent. And for the price tag, I wanted a little bit more consistency. And I found that my Apple Watch and my Galaxy Watch were much more consistent. So I was like, you know, I think it's a good first try, but let's see where we get with the second one. And that's kind of where I feel with the Apple Vision Pro. And that's probably how I feel when the Galaxy ones get here. But it's cool. I always appreciate companies trying to push the envelope. We get stuck in this whole rigmarole all the time of it's boring, we reach peak smartphones, same old, etc. Yeah, those are all the arguments we hear all the time. So who knows? Maybe AR. I mean, we've been talking about this forever. I remember back when I was a kid and I went to Astroworld in the '90s, and they had like the virtual reality stuff with like the laser guns and the virtual environment and the little trackpad you could walk on in different directions. Virtual reality stuff is not new. I mean, shoot, go way back to the '90s and when they first started trying out this stuff. So I think people thought it was cool when it first came out, then realized the limitations and realized how far away we were from meaningful hardware, meaningful change in this department. And who knows, maybe if XR is the way to get us to this immersive reality where we can use something like this and make it affordable, make it lightweight, make it where you can make all your dreams come true and have a great experience and do your work and play your games and all that stuff. Maybe that is the next thing. This is not the next thing. Maybe it's a step to the next thing, and we'll see what Samsung's next thing is at the next Unpacked event, which we don't have a date on that yet, but I'm sure that'll be something we'll hear about very, very soon. Probably sometime after CES. Maybe during CES they might announce when the date comes out. I don't know. I don't know exactly what their plans are. They don't communicate this stuff with me. It's all conjecture at this point, trying to guess. And like I said the other day, I don't really like all the guesswork, but I do like to talk about stuff in a hypothetical, philosophical, practical way. And as somebody who's got plenty of experience with these suckers, being a sucker myself, I think that I have a little bit of wisdom that I can impart on the subject. So I've tested out 3 or 4 pair of XR glasses. I've tested these things out. And as a tech enthusiast, there's a lot of stuff that I like about them. I don't like the price tag usually, especially when it comes to Apple. But if they can bring these things in, make them affordable, show that they're more advanced than the run-of-the-mill XR glasses that are out there, integrate it with the phone, get you some notifications, some way to interact with it. Heck, if you can sell that for like $600-700, it might be a winner. Like, it might just be a winner. And then you could just use the suckers while you're out and about, sit on the train, the plane, automobile, not while you're driving, watch some movies, get some pop-up notifications, maybe reply to a text message. I think they might be onto something that people might actually want. Maybe even integrated camera so you can take pictures or video, kind of like the Ray-Bans, which are really cool that people like too. So I think there's a thoughtful way and a practical way they can do this, put their stamp on it, and maybe it'll work. But we'll see, right? So that's all I got. Any questions, comments, gripes, complaints, concerns, or whatevers, have at it. I've had a crappy day. So go to the comment section and give me some good complaints. But no, seriously, if you're interested in this stuff, if you're looking forward to it, let me know. What do you think about AR? What do you think about VR, XR, the Vision Pro, the prospect of some Galaxy glasses? Let me know what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.